The cameras had barely cooled from the last political podcast storm when a new blaze caught everyone off guard. At first, it seemed like a routine disagreement between two strong personalities who had circled each other for years. But by noon, the story had turned into something else entirely. Viewers refreshed their feeds again and again because every hour brought a new claim, a new leak, and a new burst of speculation about what had really been said behind those closed doors. What began with a simple comment from Candace Owens grew into a chain of accusations that landed on Erika Kirk's doorstep with the force of a sudden summer storm. The moment Erika saw the clip, she froze, then stepped back from the screen as if the words had struck her outright. People close to her said she stood in her kitchen holding her phone, breathing heavily, stunned by what she had just heard. Within minutes, she was calling her team, her friends, anyone who might make sense of what she saw. The claim itself sounded small on the surface, but the way it was framed made it feel like a direct hit on her character, her marriage, and the values she had worked hard to present to the public. By late afternoon, fans wondered if Erika would respond quietly or let the noise die down. That hope lasted only a moment because Erika, known for her calm manner and measured tone, suddenly released a tense voice note that left listeners startled. Her voice trembled in a way her supporters were not used to, and the tremor hinted at more than simple frustration. People who knew her said she rarely showed raw emotion. Yet something about Candace's remark pushed her past that usual restraint. A witness to her reaction claimed she paced back and forth across her living room and kept saying that Candace had crossed a line this time. The tension increased when someone close to Candace leaked a snippet claiming she had even more to say about Erika. That rumor spread quickly and made viewers wonder what could be so serious that it had both women looking over their shoulders. The moment the rumor reached Erika, she pressed her palms against her face and whispered that she was done staying quiet. Reports soon followed of a heated phone call where Erika supposedly confronted Candace directly. While no one has confirmed every word, one source insists the call opened with Erika saying that she would not let her name be twisted for entertainment. Another insists Candace replied that she only spoke the truth and would not take anything back. That small hint of a clash set off a wave of reactions online. Fans were shocked by the idea of the two women facing off with such intensity, especially because both had built reputations on clear, steady communication. By sundown, the story had grown into a storm no one could turn away from. People wondered if there was a deeper history between them, or if this was the beginning of a public feud that would pull in friends, families, and alliances no one expected. Viewers leaned closer to their screens and waited for the next spark, certain that the situation was far from over. Erika had tried to spend the morning pretending the chaos would calm on its own, but the noise only grew louder and drowned out every attempt she made to steady herself. The air in her house felt thick as she walked from room to room with her phone in her hand, watching new clips and comments pile up in real time. Each one twisted the situation a little more, pushing her mood from disbelief to anger, then to something far sharper. She kept replaying Candace's allegation in her mind, trying to decide if it was careless or deliberate. But the more she thought about it, the clearer it became that Candace knew exactly what she was doing. The way she framed her words felt pointed and rehearsed, as if she had been waiting for an opening to strike. People close to Erika said she had not raised her voice in years. Yet that afternoon it carried through the house, in short, tight bursts as she argued with her team about how to respond. One friend suggested silence, but the moment the idea was spoken, Erika cut her off with a sharp, emotional no. She said she had spent too long being polite while others played rough, and she was not willing to let this one slide. She pulled her hair back, took a slow breath, and said that Candace had crossed into personal territory. She believed Candace had used private information to suggest something about her marriage that was not only untrue but cruelly framed to create suspicion. When one advisor gently reminded her that going public could escalate everything, Erika turned toward the window and said that Candace already escalated it the moment she decided to involve her name. There was a long pause in the room as everyone realized she was determined this time, and no quiet strategy would satisfy her. Moments later, a text arrived from someone in Candace's circle, and the message was short enough to feel dangerous. It said that Candace was preparing a second commentary video with supporting details. Those two words hit Erika in the chest. She moved her phone away from her face and whispered something under her breath that the others could not fully catch. But the tension in her voice made the room still. She stepped outside to breathe, pacing along the edge of her patio as her mind raced. She felt betrayed because she had defended Candace more than once in private conversations, even when others warned her that Candace liked to push boundaries for the sake of attention. Now those same people were sending her messages asking if she needed backup. as if a political feud had turned into a neighborhood fire that everyone wanted to watch. Fans online had already formed teams. Some claimed Candace was exposing a truth, while others insisted Erika had every right to defend herself. Each new opinion added pressure to a day that already felt unbearable. Erika scrolled through a comment thread and felt her chest tighten when she saw strangers questioning her marriage, her character, and her loyalty to the people she loved. She wondered how one comment from Candace could twist her entire public image in a matter of hours. Inside, her phone rang with the familiar tone that meant her husband was calling. She paused, trying to decide whether to answer. She knew he had seen the allegations and was waiting to hear her voice, but she feared her emotions might spill out the moment she spoke. When she finally picked up, there was a moment of silence before he asked if she was all right. She tried to answer calmly, but her voice broke on the first sentence. She said she hated how the situation made it look like there was something to hide. He reassured her, saying he knew the truth and anyone who mattered knew the truth too. But she could hear the strain in his voice. The allegation had touched both of them, and the idea that Candace might release another video pushed them into unfamiliar and unwanted territory. Erika apologized for dragging him into the storm, but he told her she had nothing to apologize for. He asked if she planned to respond publicly, and she said yes with a steady determination that surprised even her. Moments after ending the call, Erika received a message from a longtime friend who had worked with both women years earlier. The friend warned her that Candace was angry about something unrelated and might be using this as a way to redirect attention. The friend said Candace had been in a tense dispute with another commentator earlier in the week, and some backstage conversations suggested she felt cornered. This information did not comfort Erika. Instead, it made her feel like she had become a convenient distraction, pulled into a fight she had nothing to do with. She sat down on the edge of her couch, placed both hands on her forehead and tried to calm her thoughts. She said aloud that she did not deserve to be used like that. Behind the frustration, there was real hurt because she believed Candace had crossed a moral line without considering the damage she would cause. The more she thought about it, the more the betrayal deepened. Minutes later, another leak hit social media, claiming that someone in Candace's production team had been instructed to prepare timestamps of proof for the upcoming video. Fans reacted at once, filling comment sections with speculation. Some said they could not believe Candace would go that far, while others said they were ready for the receipts. The noise grew louder, until Erika could no longer ignore it. She stood up, walked into her office, and closed the door. She told herself that if Candace wanted a confrontation, she would not hide from it. She opened her voice recorder and tried to begin a calm statement, but her voice wavered. She stopped, reset, and tried again. This time, she spoke with controlled intensity. She said she would not allow anyone to spread falsehoods about her family or her marriage. She said boundaries had been crossed, and she was prepared to defend herself. The message was strong, but she hesitated before posting it, worried it might ignite the fire even more. Before she could decide, her phone lit up again. This time it was a call from someone she could not ignore, a mutual acquaintance known for navigating drama between public figures. When she answered, the person spoke quickly and said they had spoken to someone close to Candace, who claimed Candace had not expected the reaction to be this explosive. According to them, Candace had started second-guessing her choice of words and was now trying to determine whether to escalate or soften her position. This small piece of news complicated everything. Erika was torn between relief and disbelief. She wondered how Candace could stir up such chaos, and only now consider the consequences. The acquaintance urged Erika to stay calm and avoid posting anything rash, because Candace might backtrack. Erika did not answer right away. She looked at the draft statement on her screen and wondered if holding back would make her look weak. While she considered her next move, another wave of online reactions emerged. Fans began tagging Erika repeatedly, begging her to respond and demanding clarity. Others defended her fiercely, accusing Candace of manufacturing a scandal for attention. Someone even created a thread analyzing the original clip frame by frame, claiming that Candace smirked at the moment she mentioned Erika's name. The idea that people were dissecting every detail only added pressure. Erika felt the weight of thousands of eyes waiting for her to step into the fight. The longer she waited, the more the narrative slipped from her control. She walked back and forth in her office, gripping her phone tightly, breathing slowly to steady herself. She knew she needed to respond, but she also knew the wrong tone could make everything spiral. As if the day had not given her enough to process, a message appeared from her sister. It was short and emotional, asking if she was okay and reminding her that the family stood with her. Erika felt her throat tighten again. Her sister rarely involved herself in public matters, so the message carried an added weight. She did not want her family tangled in the situation, yet they already were. Their group chat had filled with screenshots, worried notes, and attempts at reassurance. Erika typed a calm reply to her sister, trying to hide how shaken she really was. But even she could see the tremble in her own words. She realized she could not allow this situation to damage the people she cared about. Then something happened that shifted the entire atmosphere. A small account posted a supposed behind-the-scenes recording of Candace talking to a team member. The audio was unclear, but many fans believed they heard Candace mention Erika's name in a tone that sounded dismissive and irritated. The post spread quickly and created confusion. Some said the clip was fake, while others insisted it was real and proved that Candace had been planning a bigger attack. Erika watched the clip 3 times, trying to determine whether it was authentic. The uncertainty only heightened her anger. She said quietly that Candace had created a mess so large that even fake clips were gaining traction. She felt trapped between truth and noise, unsure which direction to move. With every minute that passed, the pressure around her intensified. She felt as if she were standing at the center of a storm that kept widening, pulling in more voices and more speculation. She knew she had to reclaim her narrative before someone else shaped it permanently. She returned to her phone, reached for the draft she had recorded earlier, and listened once more. Her voice sounded strong enough to stand on its own. She moved her cursor toward the upload button, her heart pounding as she prepared to make her move. Determined that if Candace wanted a fight, this would be where it truly began. The moment Erika hovered over the upload button, a sudden vibration jolted her focus. Her phone lit up with a new notification that made her freeze. Someone had tagged her in a long thread claiming they had uncovered the real reason behind Candace's allegation. The post exploded across timelines, gathering thousands of views in minutes. Although most of the claims were wild guesses and half-formed theories, one detail caught Erika's attention. The thread suggested that Candace's sudden attack had roots in a private disagreement from months earlier, something no one outside their circles should have known about. Erika's breath caught because the timing felt too precise to be random. She whispered that someone was feeding information to the public on purpose. She clicked deeper into the thread, reading line after line with growing disbelief. The story accused Erika of undermining Candace during a closed-door meeting and claimed Candace had held a quiet grudge ever since. Erika stepped back from her desk in shock. She had never spoken about that meeting publicly, not even to her closest friends. She remembered it clearly. It was supposed to be a casual discussion between several commentators about a charity partnership. During the meeting, Candace had made a suggestion about messaging strategy, and Erika had disagreed politely. The disagreement was brief and professional, yet the thread twisted it into a simmering conflict, exaggerating every detail. Erika felt her stomach tighten. She asked herself who would leak such a story and why. If someone was trying to ignite a feud between her and Candace, they were succeeding. She sat down slowly, running her hands along her forehead while trying to steady her breathing. The situation no longer felt like a simple misunderstanding. Someone was pushing them toward a public collision. Before she could gather her thoughts, her phone buzzed again. This time it was a voice message from her friend who worked in media analysis. The friend sounded unsettled. She said that online engagement around Erika's name had doubled within the hour and that Candace's team seemed unusually quiet. She added that Candace had been filming something earlier in the day and had asked her crew to keep the cameras rolling. The friend warned Erika that claimed Candace seemed too prepared, as if she had rehearsed the line about Erika beforehand. The idea gave Erika chills. She wondered how long Candace had been planning this moment. Her friend leaned closer and said she thought Candace might be using Erika as a distraction from her own controversies. The logic made sense, but it did not ease the hurt. Around that time, a message arrived from a producer Erika trusted. The producer said he had spoken to people familiar with Candace's editing schedule and believed the video she was preparing would drop soon. He encouraged Erika to respond before Candace controlled the narrative completely. His tone carried urgency. Erika realized she had no time left to hesitate. She opened her draft again, listening closely. Her voice sounded steady, even if the emotion beneath it pulsed like a drum. She was about to post it when another notification appeared, one that made her entire body tense. Candace had posted a cryptic message. It read, "Truth always finds its way out. Stay tuned." The message exploded across platforms instantly. Fans of both women reacted with intense interest. Some said the message confirmed Candace had proof. Others insisted she was bluffing. People began tagging Erika repeatedly, urging her to respond or calling her silent. The pressure intensified until it felt unbearable. Erika placed her phone on the table and pressed her palms to her eyes. She said she wished Candace had messaged her privately instead of starting a public spectacle. Her friend placed a hand on her shoulder, reminding her that she still had control of her own response. Erika nodded, though her chest felt tight. A few minutes later, Erika's husband walked through the front door. He had left work early because he sensed how overwhelmed she was. He greeted her friend politely before turning to Erika with concern. He asked what had changed since their last call. Erika explained the cryptic message and the leaked thread. He listened quietly, then sat beside her and took her hand. He said that none of this would change what they knew to be true. He said people could speculate all they wanted, but the truth remained untouched. She leaned into him briefly, finding comfort in the steady way he held her. But even the reassurance could not stop the fear that Candace's next move might twist everything further. As they sat together, a sudden alert from a news blog appeared. The headline read, "Insider claims Candace's new video will reveal private conversations." Erika felt her heart jolt. She wondered what conversations Candace could possibly have. The article suggested Candace had stored voice memos and screenshots that she claimed would clarify misunderstandings. Erika felt a pulse of dread because even harmless messages could be twisted out of context. She had nothing to hide, but she feared how Candace might spin even the simplest exchange. The friend read the article over her shoulder and shook her head. She said this was turning into a full-scale spectacle. The pressure pushed Erika past her breaking point. She stood, walked to her office, and closed the door behind her. She took a long breath, then sat in her chair and pressed record again. This time she spoke from a deeper place. Her voice carried calm determination instead of fear. She said she would not tolerate lies. She said her family had been dragged into something reckless. She said she had tried to stay respectful, but respect had not been given in return. She paused at times, letting gravity settle into each sentence. By the time she finished, her message was stronger than before. She listened to it once, then twice, making sure the tone was right. When she felt satisfied, she uploaded the recording and hit post. As soon as her statement went live, notifications exploded across her screen. Fans reacted with shock, support, and relief. Some said it was about time, she responded. Others said her calm tone made them trust her even more. Her video spread quickly, reaching even those who had not been following the feud. Within minutes, hashtags began appearing with her name. The atmosphere shifted as people analyzed each word she spoke. Several commenters noted the hurt beneath her voice and said they felt sympathy for her. Erika sat back in her chair, feeling a strange mix of courage and vulnerability. She had stepped into the storm fully now, but the relief lasted only a moment because Candace's name appeared at the top of her notifications. Candace had posted a single sentence in response. It said, "If she wants the truth, she'll get it tonight." The message spread like wildfire. Fans were shocked. Theories multiplied. Tensions rose again. Erika stared at the sentence, feeling a chill spread across her skin. She whispered that tonight would change everything, though she had no idea which direction the storm would turn next. Erika felt the room grow colder as she reread Candace's post, her hands tightening around her phone. The single line seemed so simple, yet it carried an undercurrent of menace that made her pulse quicken. She thought about the hours she had spent trying to maintain composure, only to be reminded that the public narrative was now moving faster than she could control. Fans were already dissecting Candace's words, speculating about what the truth could mean and what kind of revelation might follow. Some suggested it could be an edited video. Others whispered about personal messages or hidden footage. The sheer range of possibilities made Erika's stomach churn. She had no way of knowing which direction Candace's plan would take, and that uncertainty was suffocating. She paced back and forth across the living room, replaying earlier moments in her mind. She remembered the first time she and Candace had interacted publicly, how their exchanges had always been polite, almost cordial. There had never been open hostility until now. She felt a pang of disappointment. It wasn't just about the allegations, it was about trust, respect, and the betrayal of a professional relationship she had valued. The thought of being misrepresented, turned into a character in someone else's narrative, filled her with a mix of anger and sorrow. The friend sitting across from her noticed the tension in her jaw and the tightness in her shoulders and suggested that she take a moment, breathe, and consider her next move carefully. Erika nodded, though she found it impossible to slow the rapid churn of thoughts racing through her mind. Suddenly, her phone buzzed with a new notification. It was a message from a journalist she had once helped during a media project. The journalist wrote that they had received multiple tips about Candace's upcoming revelation and believed it could include manipulated clips or misleading. The journalist asked Erika for a statement to provide balance. giving her a tiny sliver of opportunity to influence the story before it spread further. Erika felt the weight of responsibility press down. Every word she chose could escalate the situation or help restore some sense of control. She typed a quick reply, agreeing to provide a statement but emphasizing that truth and context mattered more than sensationalism. No sooner had she sent the message than another wave of social media alerts appeared. Hashtags, trending topics, and fan threads dominated her screen. Fans were debating whether Candace's next move would bring accountability, drama, or chaos. Some accused Erika of being defensive, while others praised her calm response. The conflicting reactions left her emotionally drained. She sank onto her couch and ran her hands through her hair, feeling a mix of frustration and exhaustion. She had been thrust into a spectacle that felt beyond reason. Hours of material and intended to release a definitive video by nightfall. Erika felt a surge of anxiety. Every minute that passed brought the possibility of further escalation. She realized that patience, while important, might not be enough to contain the unfolding drama. She needed a proactive plan. Returning inside, she called her closest media advisor and began mapping out a response strategy. They discussed potential angles, clarifying the context, addressing personal boundaries, and maintaining transparency without feeding the sensationalism. Erika insisted that any statement must reflect her authentic voice, not the hype-driven narratives flooding social platforms. As they spoke, her phone buzzed again. A small account had posted a supposed leaked snippet of a conversation between Candace and a producer. While the audio quality was poor, some fans interpreted it as Candace plotting to reveal personal information. Erika's pulse quickened, the feeling of being cornered intensifying. She realized the battle was no longer just public perception. It was about protecting her personal life from being twisted for entertainment. Meanwhile, the online conversation had reached a fever pitch. Fans were dissecting every facial expression, every pause, every social media post from both women. Fans are shocked trended repeatedly, and comment sections overflowed with opinions, accusations, and theories. Some created elaborate timelines attempting to predict Candace's next move. Others insisted that Erika should remain silent and let Candace's plot unravel on its own. The sheer volume of attention was overwhelming. Erika felt herself being pulled into a feedback loop of speculation and reaction, where every small action could be interpreted in multiple ways. She realized the necessity of acting decisively while retaining control. Hours passed, and twilight settled over the city. Erika's phone vibrated again, this time with a direct message from Candace herself. It read, "We need to talk before tonight." Erika's heart skipped a beat. The simplicity of the message carried a weight that no one online could interpret fully. It could be a prelude to apology, confrontation, or further escalation. She debated whether to respond immediately or wait. The decision felt monumental, knowing that the wrong tone could intensify the public drama. After a moment, she typed a careful reply, suggesting a brief call to clarify misunderstandings. Within minutes, the call was confirmed. The conversation began tensely. Candace's voice was firm, layered with emotion that Erika struggled to place. Candace insisted that her comments had been misinterpreted but admitted that she did not anticipate such a strong reaction. Erika listened, responding calmly but firmly, emphasizing the personal boundaries that had been crossed. Emotions ran high, with both women occasionally raising voices before pausing to regain control. The dialogue was punctuated by moments of silence, charged with unspoken history and tension. Erika's pulse raced, aware that everything spoken could be leaked or misrepresented. Yet she maintained her composure, determined to convey clarity and honesty. After what felt like hours, the call ended with a tentative understanding. Candace agreed to reconsider her post and promised to avoid revealing personal details publicly. Erika, though still cautious, felt a slight relief. She knew the storm was not fully over. Fans would continue to speculate, and the possibility of leaks remained. Yet the conversation had opened a door for resolution, offering a chance to reclaim some narrative control. She leaned back in her chair, exhaling slowly, appreciating the small victory amidst the ongoing chaos. Erika's friend, who had stayed nearby throughout the evening, finally spoke. She said that despite the ongoing tension, Erika had handled the situation with remarkable poise. She reminded her that while public perception could be volatile, her actions now set a precedent for how she navigated conflict in the future. Erika nodded, acknowledging the truth in the statement. She knew that the next hours would be critical, with fans, media outlets, and social commentators all watching closely. She felt a renewed sense of purpose, understanding that clarity, authenticity, and measured responses would be her strongest tools. The night grew deeper, and social media continued its relentless churn. New theories, screenshots, and speculations surfaced every few minutes. Some accounts claimed insider knowledge, while others accused Candace and Erika of manipulating the narrative for attention. Erika scrolled through her notifications, feeling a mixture of fatigue and determination. She realized that while she could not control every rumor or comment, she could control her own responses and actions. With that thought, she set her phone aside for a brief moment, letting the room settle around her, preparing mentally for the hours ahead when the story would inevitably evolve further. The hours dragged on with a tense energy that Erika could feel in every corner of her home. Even in the quiet moments, the phone buzzed incessantly with notifications, each one carrying new interpretations, leaked screenshots, or fan theories. She had tried to step back, but the relentless online chatter made it impossible to ignore. The name Erika Kirk was trending alongside Candace Owens in ways that felt overwhelming and, at times, unfair. She glanced at the clock and realized the night was far from over. The supposed revelation from Candace was expected to drop at any moment, and the uncertainty gnawed at her. She could feel her chest tighten each time her phone vibrated, wondering if it was the next headline, another video snippet, or just speculation. Sitting in her office, she pulled up a live feed from a popular entertainment channel. The host dissected Candace's previous statements, speculating about the intent behind every syllable. Fans in the chat were divided. Some defended Erika, some criticized her calm demeanor as weakness, and others speculated that the feud was manufactured for publicity. Erika felt a wave of frustration. She had spent years building her image carefully, only to have it dissected in real. The thought that Candace could release something that misrepresented her life, even subtly, left her uneasy. She ran her fingers through her hair, trying to focus on her next move. Then her phone rang. It was an unexpected call from someone close to Candace, an intermediary known to navigate conflicts between high-profile figures. Their voice was hurried, almost panicked. They told Erika that Candace's production team had finished compiling the reveal, and that Candace herself was debating whether to release it immediately. The intermediary stressed that Candace was emotional, feeling a mix of anger, resentment, and perhaps regret. They suggested Erika consider a measured response strategy before anything went public. Erika listened, her jaw tight, realizing the precariousness of the moment. Every word she spoke now could escalate or calm the situation. She ended the call and immediately dialed her media advisor, explaining the new development. They mapped out options: release a clarifying statement, prepare a video addressing fans directly, or wait and let Candace post first. Erika weighed each carefully. Patience could prevent further drama, but silence could be interpreted as guilt or weakness. She decided that a carefully worded response, one that reinforced her integrity without escalating personal attacks, would be her best approach. She began drafting her message, every sentence measured, ensuring it communicated clarity, dignity, and restraint. As she typed, another wave of social media frenzy hit. A small account had leaked supposed screenshots of messages between her and Candace, implying a backstory that never existed. Fans exploded with reactions, accusing, defending, and speculating. Erika read each comment carefully, noting patterns, misinformation, and potential misunderstandings. She realized beside her silently. He did not offer advice immediately but placed a comforting hand over hers. Erika glanced at him, grateful for the grounding presence. He reminded her that no matter what Candace posted, their truth remained intact. His calmness helped her center herself, even as the online storm raged on. She breathed deeply, feeling a flicker of confidence returning. The situation was volatile, but she was no longer reacting purely from emotion. She was preparing to act strategically, with purpose. Moments later, a trending alert signaled that Candace's video was live. The platform notifications appeared in a relentless stream. Erika's heart raced as she watched the clip. The video was edited to emphasize certain statements, and although much was misrepresented, it was clear that Candace's intent was to provoke a reaction. Fans reacted immediately, flooding comment sections with interpretations, memes, and theories. Some sympathized with Erika, others sided with Candace, and many speculated about hidden motives. The energy online was electric, a digital maelstrom that made Erika feel both exposed and empowered. She realized that the next step was critical not just for her reputation, but for her sense of personal agency. Erika's friend, who had stayed close all day, observed her reaction silently. She finally spoke, suggesting a live response to fans, not a confrontation with Candace. The idea resonated with Erika. By addressing her supporters directly, she could clarify her perspective without feeding the spectacle created by the allegations. She rehearsed the key points in her mind: honesty, composure, boundaries, and gratitude toward those who supported her. She felt the tension in her shoulders ease slightly as she formulated a plan. Preparation replaced panic. Minutes later, Erika began recording her video. Her voice was calm but carried a firmness that commanded attention. She opened by acknowledging the rumors, emphasizing that while speculation is inevitable, personal attacks and misrepresentation are unacceptable. She addressed the importance of boundaries, stating that her family and private life were off-limits to public manipulation. She acknowledged Candace's role as a public figure, noting that disagreements are natural, but stressed that personal betrayal crosses a line. She carefully maintained a professional tone, avoiding direct attacks. Yet her stance was unmistakable: she would not be silenced or misrepresented. Her eyes, steady on the camera, communicated authenticity and resolve. As the video posted, the digital landscape exploded once again. Notifications surged. Fans praised her composure, calling her response refreshing and honest. Many noted that she had regained control of the narrative, presenting a clear, dignified stance amid chaos. Others speculated how Candace would react, intensifying anticipation. Erika felt a mix of relief and anxiety. She had faced the storm head-on, but the night was not over, and the digital currents were unpredictable. She knew that patience, vigilance, and authenticity would be her guiding principles moving forward. She and her husband reviewed the comments, noting patterns and misinformation. They strategized briefly about further engagement, deciding that selective responses and clarifications would be sufficient. Erika felt a renewed sense of purpose. The storm had tested her in ways she had not anticipated, yet she had navigated it with poise. The experience, though stressful, reinforced her understanding of the importance of controlling her own story. She leaned back, finally allowing herself a moment to breathe, knowing that while the public would continue to speculate, she had acted with clarity, integrity, and courage, setting a foundation for the days ahead. The night deepened, and Erika found herself scrolling through the endless stream of comments, threads, and reposts. The sheer scale of engagement was dizzying. Every new notification seemed to amplify the tension rather than relieve it. Fans were dissecting her every word from the video, analyzing her tone, her pauses, and even her facial expressions. Some called her poised and strong. Others accused her of hiding something beneath the surface. The phrase "fans are shocked" trended again as discussions escalated across multiple platforms. She realized that no matter how carefully she had worded her statement, interpretations varied wildly, and the narrative was no longer solely under her control. Her phone buzzed again, this time with a direct message from a mutual acquaintance who had connections to Candace's inner circle. The message was cryptic: "Be ready, tonight will test everything." Erika felt a shiver run down her spine. The ambiguity of the statement left room for endless speculation. She wondered whether Candace had planned another video, or if this was a reference to a public confrontation or interview. The uncertainty gnawed at her, but she knew she needed to remain composed. Panic could easily lead to missteps, and in the age of social media, every misstep could be magnified. As she sat in the quiet of her living room, her husband placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. He reminded her that the facts were on their side and that the digital noise, while overwhelming, could not change reality. Erika nodded, absorbing the comfort in his voice. Though a lingering anxiety remained, she began to review her options, continue monitoring social media, prepare additional statements if necessary, or attempt to reach Candace directly to diffuse tension. Every choice carried potential consequences. She decided that measured action, rather than impulsive reaction, would be her guiding principle. A sudden ping alerted her to another trending topic. Candace had posted a teaser image for what appeared to be an upcoming video. The caption was short, cryptic, and designed to provoke curiosity. "The story continues tonight." Fans erupted in speculation. Some predicted explosive revelations, others predicted reconciliatory statements, but all agreed that drama was imminent. Erika felt the familiar surge of adrenaline that came with public attention of this magnitude. She knew that her next steps would define how the story unfolded, and impact not only her reputation but the perception of her integrity. She retreated to her office, opening her laptop and reviewing past communications, looking for anything that could be misconstrued. Every word she had written or spoken publicly was now potentially subject to scrutiny. The realization weighed heavily on her. She began drafting a contingency plan with her media advisor, addressing potential clarifying any statements that could be taken out of context, and preparing responses to likely fan questions. It was meticulous work, requiring precision and foresight. Erika's determination grew. She refused to be caught off guard by manipulations or false narratives. Hours passed, the clock inching closer to midnight. Social media activity intensified as fans speculated about Candace's next move. Erika monitored each surge of notifications, noting patterns and trending hashtags. She recognized that anticipation was being weaponized to provoke reaction. Keeping her composure in the face of a growing, restless audience was challenging. She leaned back in her chair, taking deep breaths, repeating to herself that clarity and truth would prevail. She reminded herself that emotion could be manipulated, but facts were more resilient. Suddenly, a live feed from a popular commentary channel appeared on her laptop. The host speculated that Candace's upcoming video, Inflection, could be dissected publicly. After nearly an hour, the call ended with a tentative understanding. Candace agreed to delay releasing personal content, offering a momentary reprieve. Erika exhaled, feeling a mixture of relief and lingering anxiety. She knew the night was far from over. Fans would continue speculating. Media outlets would analyze every public statement, and social platforms would amplify every interpretation. Yet for the first time in hours, Erika felt a sense of regained control. She had engaged directly, maintained her dignity, and preserved personal boundaries. She leaned back, taking a deep breath, appreciating the small victory amidst the storm. Social media continued to buzz, yet the tone shifted subtly. Comments praised Erika's calm, collected response, highlighting her authenticity and restraint. Memes and speculation persisted, but a growing number of fans expressed respect for her handling of the situation. Erika monitored the conversation with cautious optimism, aware that the digital maelstrom was never fully predictable. She reminded herself that resilience and strategic communication were her strongest tools, more effective than reactive confrontation. As the hours passed into early morning, Erika reviewed her final notes and drafted a brief update for fans. She thanked them for support, emphasized the importance of integrity, and reassured them that her family and personal life remained her priority. She posted the message carefully, every word considered. Almost immediately, positive reactions began to trickle in. Fans appreciated her transparency, and the commentary tone started to shift slightly. Recognizing her composure in the face of provocation, she felt a measure of peace, knowing she had navigated the crisis with intentionality, patience, and strength. The night, though far from over, had revealed her capacity to manage chaos with grace. And now, as you've seen the whirlwind of drama unfold between Erika Kirk and Candace Owens, it's clear that in the world of fame, nothing is ever truly private. Every word, every glance, every fleeting moment can be amplified, dissected, and spun into narratives that leave fans shocked, conflicted, or completely captivated. What started as a private disagreement escalated into a public spectacle, proving that emotions run high when reputations, relationships, and personal boundaries are at stake. Erika's response, measured yet firm, showed the power of maintaining composure in the eye of a storm. She reminded the world that authenticity matters, that speaking your truth matters, and that dignity can exist even amid chaos. You, the viewer, have been watching every twist, every allegation, and every emotional surge in real time. You've seen how social media amplifies conflict, how fans dissect every syllable, and how even the smallest detail can become a major talking point. This story isn't just about Erika and Candace, it's about all of us. About how we interpret conflict, navigate misunderstandings, and respond to challenges when everyone is watching. It's a lesson in resilience, in controlling your narrative, and in standing firm even when others try to redefine your story for you. So what do you think will happen next? Will Candace release the full video she's hinted at? Will Erika's calm and strategic approach win over even more supporters? Or will the twists continue, keeping everyone on edge as fans debate and speculate? We want to hear your thoughts. Your opinion matters because this story is far from over, and every perspective adds to the conversation. Comment below with your take. Do you side with Erika? Do you side with Candace? Or do you see shades of truth and misunderstanding on both sides? Share your theories about what might come next, because the fan perspective has never been more powerful. And if you've been captivated by this story so far, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support helps keep us delivering the most sensational, dramatic, and jaw-dropping celebrity stories as they unfold. Subscribing ensures that you won't miss a single revelation, every shocking post, every heated exchange, and every twist in this ongoing saga. We promise to bring you the full narrative, the reactions, the controversies, and all the behind-the-scenes drama that keeps fans glued to their screens. Turn on notifications so you're the first to know when the next bombshell drops. Because in stories like this, timing is everything, and every second counts. Imagine being in Erika's shoes. facing allegations that challenge your character, watching your private moments get twisted for public consumption, and trying to maintain composure while the digital world watches. It's a high-stakes environment. And this story highlights exactly how quickly tension can escalate, how emotions can run high, and how perception can become reality in the eyes of millions. Her approach, measured, strategic, and composed, offers lessons not just for celebrities, but for all of us navigating conflicts in our own lives. Remaining calm, asserting boundaries, and communicating clearly can make all the difference. Even when the world is watching and ready to jump to conclusions, fans have been shocked at every turn, and the discussions are still heating up. The story has sparked debates about friendship, rivalry, trust, and the ethics of public commentary. It raises questions about responsibility in the digital age. When allegations go viral, how do you protect yourself? How do you ensure that truth isn't lost amid speculation? And how do you rise above the chaos without compromising your values? Erika's response gives us a glimpse into that struggle, showing that it is possible to navigate turbulent waters with integrity. Her story is a reminder that behind every viral headline, there are real people with real emotions, dealing with the pressures of public life while staying true to themselves. We want you to be part of this ongoing conversation. Share your thoughts in the comments. What would you do if you were in Erika's position? How should she handle the next move? Do you think Candace's hints will lead to a major revelation, or just more speculation? Your engagement is what fuels these stories, what keeps the dialogue alive, and what allows fans to be part of the drama as it unfolds. We're not just delivering news, we're inviting you into the conversation, giving you the chance to voice your opinions and witness firsthand how public narratives evolve in real time. So, if you've been glued to this story, if you've felt the tension, the shock, the suspense, then show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Every interaction helps us bring more behind-the-scenes drama, more sensational stories, and more of the celebrity moments that leave the world talking. Your voice matters, your perspective adds depth, and your engagement keeps the narrative alive. By subscribing, you're ensuring that you won't miss a single update, that you'll be part of the unfolding story from start to finish, and that you'll witness every twist, turn, and shocking revelation alongside millions of fans around the world. Remember, this is far from over. Erika Kirk and Candace Owens have shown us that even a single comment, a cryptic message, or a misunderstood moment can escalate into a full-blown spectacle. Fans are shocked, emotions have run high, and the family of supporters on both sides remains divided, debating loyalties and truths. Your role as a viewer is essential. Discuss, theorize, and react. Because your engagement drives the narrative and keeps the story alive. Stay connected, stay alert, and be ready for the next chapter. Because in a saga like this, anything can happen, and every moment counts. So hit like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to stay in the loop. Join the discussion, voice your opinions, and witness the next shocking development as it happens. Remember, in this world of celebrity drama, nothing is ever simple, nothing is ever quiet, and nothing stays hidden for long. Erika Kirk's journey is far from over, and your engagement ensures you'll be front and center for every moment, every revelation, and every twist. Don't miss out, be part of the story, be part of the conversation, and make your voice heard. The drama continues, and the next chapter could change everything. Stay alert, stay engaged, and stay ready, because fans are shocked, emotions are high, and the spectacle is far from over.